Thank you for accepting my invitation once again. You know the three boys who bullied Tsubasa? You won't see them around anymore. I wanted to let you know. Quote, the Shadow King. The Ultimate X-Men go back to school, high school. That is, it's a new school year for Hisako as she tries to get a grasp on her new powers, where she meets a cool, white-haired punk girl named May, aka Maystrom, who understands all too well the challenge Hisako faces, and they team up to embark on a creepy adventure to learn who is behind the creepy shadow that has been haunting and taunting them. Ultimate X-Men Volume 2, Issue 2. A diabolical genius known as the Maker used time travel to create his ideal Earth by systematically preventing anyone from ever becoming a superhero, except for those on his secret Maker's Council who he stationed to rule over different regions of the world, including the eastern territory of Haino Kunu. There, on the night of her middle school graduation, a young girl named Hisako Ichiki had unusual powers awakened to protect her from a car accident and from a sinister shadow seeking vengeance against the people who had tormented Hisako's childhood friend Tsubasa into taking his own life. The shadow promised Hisako that the first victim would be Tsubasa's coach. The next day, the coach was found dead under mysterious circumstances. Hisako Ichiki is lying on the bed, gazing up at the ceiling. She notices what appears to be a crack forming, spreading with black tendrils. Strangely, the crack then appears on her cheek. Hisako is seen conversing sadly with Tsubasa, a boy who tragically took his own life due to the bullying at school. Tsubasa expresses his reluctance to return to school, and Hisako interrupting as a rebellious act akin to a punk rock. She regrets her response with hindsight. She wonders if she should have said something different, if she should have tried to persuade him otherwise. She never imagined that he would have taken such a drastic measures and end his own life. It seems to be a dream after all, as within the memory or dream, a strange black opening eye emerges. It's a red eye resembling a flower with the pupils resembling a strange flower. Someone seems to be watching her, perhaps through her dream. She opens her hand and finds a crumbled piece of paper in it. What could that be? Hisako's mom asks her to pick up some eggs on her way home from her motorcycle riding class. Feeling frustrated, Hisako, who used to attend the class, is now taking a break. She sits down on some steps and notices a bag of eggs nearby. Suddenly, a figure appears before her, a girl asking if she's the one from the car wreck a few weeks ago. Hisako is surprised as not even the news knew who was involved in the accident, and she saw nobody. Hisako denies it, stating she's not the right person. The girl introduces herself as May and asks for Hisako's story. Then suddenly she shares a secret to prove trust, pulling out a battery-powered toy dog that sings despite lacking batteries. Hisako thinks to herself that the girl is weird, but perhaps she is worth trusting. She hands May the crumbled piece of paper, and May suggests they follow the message written on it. It says, "I'm waiting for you in the science lab of an abandoned school. Come to me." They arrive at the school, surprised to find the doors, even though it's supposedly been closed for years, open. Hisako notices a dark shadow at one of the windows, and May is already almost inside, urging Hisako to follow. Hisako wonders about the connection between the school and the car crash. She explains that she received a similar note right before the accident, instructing her to go to the temple. When she arrived, a creepy shadow figure started talking about vengeance, and then the teacher died. She hopes to stop it before he claims another victim. Hisako admits that she's mad at herself for being too scared to go after him alone and should have told May before involving her. May replies, "Are you kidding? You're like a superhero. This is so cool." As they explore the abandoned school, Hisako steps on something squishy. Upon inspection, she realizes a stuffed toy resembling an animal. Hisako wonders why it's here and how many others have touched it. Suddenly, behind them, a security guard appears. The security guard admonishes them, saying, "Hey, you kids can't be here. This prop is off limits. What kind of stunt are you pulling? Making a ghost video?" As his skin is very gray compared to the kids. The two girls and the security guard open a door and are shocked by what they find inside. Stuffed animals hang from the ceiling with Japanese script notes attached, likely naming the bullies. Candles burn and many pictures are pinned up. Suddenly, the room speaks, addressing Hisako and thanking her for accepting the invitation. The voice claims that there are 3 boys who killed Tsubasa won't be around anymore. Hisako realized that the black figure must be the Shadow King. Then the Shadow King acknowledges the presence of Hisako's friend. Hisako turns to the security guard only to find out that he's no longer human. His face unravels, revealing a mass of worms. The security guard questions who the killer is. May and Hisako start running down the corridor, but May turns to face the creature. She uses a wind blast as she has a wind powers, blowing the worms apart. Despite May's efforts, the shadow figure bursts through the worms and stares at them. May says they can't stop it as the fight continues. Now it's Hisako's turn. She screams at it, "Go away!" We see the armor power shielding Hisako, and the eggs crack wide open. We see the abandoned school, followed by modern Japanese house with white flames or smoke emanating from the top. Inside the house, we enter a Japanese closet in a room where someone with a bucket on their head, reminiscent of the Shadow King, is surrounded by various images and scripts pinned up on the walls. They remove the helmet, revealing a guy with glasses who questions why. He opens the closet doors and sits inside pondering. I know that girl. I know her face from somewhere. Hisako. Next to the closet hangs a high school uniform jacket, implying he's a high school student. Among his particular collection of papers, a photo of Hisako. Many questions arise. Is this the Shadow King? If so, why doesn't he know Hisako? The closet bears a striking resemblance to the abandoned school, as do pictures and scripts adoring the walls. We jump to the Irodori High School entrance ceremony, a significant event in Japan. It's the entrance into high school, and attending the ceremony is essential. I saw it on the news, says May-chan, interrupting Hisako's thoughts. The next morning, 3 students were found hanging from their old high school. Hisako wonders if it wasn't suicide and if she is cursed, fearing she might die too. May is delighted to chat with Hisako and suggests they exchange contact information. Hisako admits she doesn't use social media or her phone properly. May introduces herself properly as May Igarashi, and Hisako responds, "My name is Hisako Ichiki. Nice to meet you." They then discuss the crazy news from that morning and speculate if it was the Shadow Guy, the Shadow King, or the boy in the closet. Next issue, Ultimate X-Men, Volume 2, Issue 3.